Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as I show you how to pot up some Vinca seedlings. So let's go. The Vinca that I'm talking about is not the ground cover that can be invasive in your yard. It's more of a bedding annual that you would put out in the landscape, although it is a perennial in some gardens. Another name for it is Madagascar periwinkle. On January 20th, I sowed a whole bunch of seeds that I collected myself. If you're wondering how to collect Vinca seeds or how to sow the seeds, I'll put links to 2 videos that I made down in the description, so be sure to check those out. My first Vinca seedling sprouted after only 4 days. I was so excited. And then ever since then, I've had seeds sporadically germinating. So what I've been doing every few days is pricking out and potting up seedlings as they emerge. So that's what I have over here, are a whole bunch of Vinca seedlings that have germinated, and I've gone ahead and potted them up into 6 cell packs. But then I still have seeds that have not germinated inside my initial tray. So what I do is I spritz it with water, I cover it with a humidity dome, and then I put this back on my seedling heat mat. So if there are more seeds to germinate, I wait and then I prick them out as seedlings emerge. I don't have many seedlings that need to be pricked out, but I figured it'd be a fun project for us to do together. Many times when it comes to sowing seeds, the seeds come up sporadically. So you want to be patient. You don't want to give up on them. Here are the Vinca seedlings that I have pricked out of the restaurant takeout container, and I've potted them up. They look really good. I only did this a few days ago, and I have 2 different colors of Vinca that I've sown the seeds for. And that's just a close-up of what one of the 6 cell packs look like. And if I bring you in for a closer look, you'll see that on the green leaves, there's a little white stripe in the middle of the leaves. That's typical of what you'll find when it comes to your Vinca seedlings. And also I want you to notice that we only have 1 set of leaves on here. Those initial leaves are called the cotyledons. So far, these Vinca seedlings do not have the true set of leaves. So that's why we're not giving them any fertilizer yet. And then you might be noticing something funny here, that I pricked out seedlings and I put, in this case, 2 in this cell and 2 in this cell. And now I'm waiting for some more. And the reason is I felt like I didn't have enough seedlings to merit making a 6-pack here and then another 6-pack. Time will tell, but that's why I was doubling up in that case. So for right now, all of these seedlings are just still very young and they only have their cotyledon leaves. Even though the 6 cell packs are no longer on the seedling heat mat, this restaurant takeout container continues to be on the heat mat, and it also has the humidity dome still on it. But these seedlings are getting leggy, and you can see that they're stretching for the light. It is not the end of the world. The reason that that's happening is because they've been on the seedling heat mat for too long. I was waiting for today to make this video and show this to you because I think it's good for you to see that don't worry, it's not the end of the world when that happens. You can go ahead and basically plant your seedlings deeper. And I'm going to show you what I mean by that. So the seedlings over there are a light purple color and it has a white eye or a white center. So let's go ahead and we're going to fill up a 6 cell pack so we can prick these seedlings out and move them out. To make my own potting mix for indoor plants, I start with 4 parts of peat moss, although you can use coco coir. Parts are measured with whatever you're using for scooping. In my case, I'm using a bowl. Next, I add 1 part of perlite. The next ingredient is 1 part of vermiculite. Many people like to use fine vermiculite. I've used coarse and it's also worked well for me. And then I like to sprinkle the top with pulverized dolomitic limestone. It's a good idea to add lime if you're using peat moss, as it helps reduce the acidity levels. If you're using coco coir, you can omit the lime. After boiling water in a tea kettle, I pour the boiling water over my DIY potting mix. This water not only pre-moistens my mix, but because it's boiling water, it kills off any chances of fungus gnat eggs that might be in my peat moss. I want to make sure I'm mixing everything really well because I want to reach all parts of the mix. I then continue adding boiling water and mixing everything up really well. After I'm all done, I tamp down the mix and then I cover it and I let it cool before I use the mix. You want to use a pre-moistened seed starting or potting mix, and when you squeeze it, you'll notice that no water is dripping out. Yet when you let go, it holds its form, and that's the perfect consistency. To pot up my seedlings, I just like to use these small little 6 cell packs. You can pot up your seedlings in whatever you want. Just make sure that the pot that you're using has drainage holes in the bottom of them. Let's go ahead and fill up our 6 cell pack. When you fill up your pot container or 6 cell pack, you want to make sure that you're pressing down to get rid of any air pockets that might be in there. But you also don't want to press down too hard. If you press down too hard, you're compacting your seed starting or potting mix, which is not good for root development. I made a label. Let's go ahead and add that into our 6 cell pack. I'm going to use a pen, and I just want to make a hole in each cell. And I'm actually going to make the hole almost to the bottom of each cell. I want the hole that we're making to accommodate not only the root system, but also the stem, since the seedlings have become leggy. When you leave seedlings on a seedling heat mat for too long, it causes them to become leggy. In this tray, I not only have Vinca seeds that I sowed. In the center, I sowed some Dichondra silver fall seeds that were kind of old. And then over on the side there, I have some Dusty Miller seeds that I sowed. Those were also older seeds. Since I didn't want to use up a whole entire restaurant takeout container, that's why I have them all sharing the same container. I don't usually recommend that, but I did it because these seeds over here as well as down there were older. Those seeds needed light to germinate. These seeds needed darkness to germinate. And I guess I'm just showing you that you can still make it work if you had to, but I don't recommend it normally. So we're going to fix this legginess issue that's happening. When you prick out seedlings, you always want to handle them by a leaf. You don't want to handle them by their stem because if the stem breaks, the seedling will die. It can't recover from that. However, if for whatever reason a leaf broke, the plant will still be fine. It has another leaf on the other side there. Generally, you want to do this process when you have a couple of sets of leaves, but I've also done it when I only have one set of leaves, the cotyledons, and it's perfectly fine. So I'm going to hold it by its leaf. I'm going to use my pen. I'm going to go underneath the seedling and I'm just prying it up. And of course, when I do that, other seedlings are moving around as well, and that's totally fine. And that's just a close-up of what the little seedling looks like. And it has quite an extensive root system to it. And that's exactly why we made our hole all the way to the bottom of the cell, because we need to account for that. And now I'm going to take my seedling and I'm just going to place it in the hole. Usually, most seedlings are forgiving when they get leggy. You just want to plant them deeper. Now, I don't know for sure which seedlings should you not be doing that process to. That's where on your end, you'll just have to research that. But pretty much all the seeds that I've ever sown, I have planted them deeper and it's been not a problem. There are some perennials that you don't want to cover their crown. Like for example, let's say a strawberry plant. That's a plant that you want to be really careful and not cover its crown. But I always recommend just doing your own research on each of your plants that you're potting up and trying to bury deeper. Much better. Part of the reason why I sowed these Vinca seeds in this tray with the other seeds was I didn't have a lot of Vinca seeds for this particular color, or there were 2 colors, one color here and one over there. So that's why I just figured, let me just plant them all together in this tray. Also, these seeds were a little bit older, so I wasn't sure how many seeds would germinate. If you have the time and the patience and are checking on your seeds on a daily basis, you can get away with doing this. But if you don't want to deal with it and you just want to plant your seeds, then go ahead and you can plant them directly into 6 cell packs without potting them up. I just like to have 6 cell packs that are full. I don't like to have empty cells in my 6 cell packs if I can help it, at least from the beginning. Eventually, you know how it is, you might have seedlings that die off, and that's inevitable. Is there a chance after I do this process that these seedlings get a little bit leggier again in their new area, their new space? It can happen, but we're at least fixing it for right now. I'm just moving it in gently. I'm trying to be as careful as possible. I can use the front of the pen, the back of the pen. It really doesn't matter as long as I'm just gentle with the plant. And then I like to press down. Sometimes I use the back of the pen and I very carefully press down. It's a very tender process, but it is a process that I enjoy. And I've heard from people that watch my video, some people don't like the process, some people love the process. It really is just a personal thing, something that, you know, I think as gardeners, we either like it or we don't when it comes to potting up. Once things get busier for me with seed starting and I have a lot of seedlings going on, it can be a little bit of a tedious process. But right now I don't have a lot going on, so it's a process I really enjoy. But ask me again in about a month and a half or 2 months, and I might tell you something different. There are certain plants that I'm trying to start a little bit earlier than what is suggested on the packaging, and Vinca is one of them. And the reason is I want to be better this year about pinching back my Vinca because I don't want just one single stem with a flower on it. It eventually does branch out in the landscape, but I want to help it early on and get it to branch for me from day one. So for that reason, I am starting my Vinca seeds earlier than I have in the past by a few weeks. And the reason is anytime you pinch a seedling back, you're delaying when it's going to flower by a couple of weeks. So to basically get around that, you want to then sow those seeds a couple of weeks earlier. And there's probably a list on the internet. You can do a search on which annuals can you pinch back so that you can get a bushier plant. There are definitely some plants you don't want to do that to. I want to show you right here, this little seedling is holding on to its seed. I'm going to be making a video that talks all about that, but I want to just show you, a lot of times with Vinca, if you just go like this, the seed might come off. And I'm being very careful because I don't want to break it. And it did come off. But other times you might need to help it along a different way. Be on the lookout for that video. I'll talk more about it later on. So that's how that looks. It looks a lot better. And I'm just going to press down on the areas where we removed any of the seedlings. I have a hand water pump sprayer. I'm going to use that to just lightly mist the top. And now is a great time for me to do this since we removed those Vinca seedlings. I really couldn't do it when the Vinca seedlings were in here. When it comes to the Dusty Miller, they were very old seeds, and I do have some that are germinating, and who knows if some more might germinate over time, but they're still very, very small. So that's why I'm keeping them under the humidity dome. They're perfectly fine for a little bit longer. And when it comes to the Dichondra Silver Falls, well, again, those were old seeds, and I'm still trying to figure out when it comes to collecting your own Dichondra Silver Fall seeds, how viable they really are. I don't seem to have great luck with the seeds that I collect. I'm going to put my clear humidity dome back on. Not necessarily for the Vinca because they need darkness to germinate, although they've been germinating just fine in here. But it's more these guys here. They need light to germinate. When it comes to the Vinca, we did cover the seeds, so they did get darkness because they were covered. Anytime I pot up seedlings in a brand new 6 pack, I like to bottom water it. Even though the potting mix was pre-moistened, I like to just bottom water because I want to give those seedlings a little bit extra water. And my water is filled with mosquito bits. I have other videos that show you my process about putting mosquito bits in water, so check out my channel for that. But it's to help control fungus gnats. So I'm actually just going to put both of these trays on here. That way it's giving a little bit water, and it's also giving the mosquito bits that's mixed into the water to help control the larvae that get produced possibly inside of the potting mix. I'll let it sit like this for about 3 or 4 minutes. The best way I can tell that it has enough water is by picking it up. And if it feels heavy, then good enough. I'll remove these out of the water. I don't want them to sit in the water, otherwise it oversaturates things. And then these will go back in the 10 by 20 tray that gets placed under my shop lights. When it comes to the seedlings that are in the 6 cell packs, I will be bottom watering them from now on. And when it comes to the seeds that are remaining in my restaurant takeout container, I'll keep checking on them. If I see seeds that have germinated, I can prick out the seedlings. But then I'll continue to water the top of the seeds, cover them with this humidity dome, put the tray on the seedling heat mat, and I'll just check every few days to see if there are any more seeds that have germinated. For the seedlings that are in the 6 cell packs, as soon as I see the first set of true leaves, at that point I can go ahead and start fertilizing. I want to use a half a strength of fertilizer, and I like to use Miracle Grow when it comes to my flower seedlings, but you can use whatever fertilizer you want. The big thing is don't give a full strength of fertilizer. Just use half a strength of what's written on the packaging. My seedlings are placed under my LED shop lights, and they're on 16 hours a day. They're on a timer. They come on at 5 a.m. They go off at 9 p.m. I also like to keep my lights about 2 inches above my seedlings, and that's based on the type of lights that I'm using. Always do your research on the lights that you're using because you may need to put your lights a little bit higher or a little bit closer to the seedlings themselves. But you also don't want to burn your seedlings. But generally, you want the lights closer to the seedlings because you don't want leggy seedlings. There'll be a point in time when there are no more seeds germinating in my restaurant takeout container. And at that point, I can give up on that section of Vinca seeds. But I'll continue checking on them in case any more sprout. Let me know in the comments if these kind of videos are helpful for you, where I'm just showing you the process for collecting the seeds, sowing the seeds, and then eventually pricking out the seedlings and taking care of them. Because my plan is to make more videos like this, not just for Vinca seeds, but also other seeds that I've sown. I want to show you my process for pinching certain plants back, why I pinch them back, how I harden the plants off, and then eventually get them out in the landscape. I hope you're able to garden either indoors or outdoors during the winter months. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.